Well, here I am. I decided to get back on Facebook. I was off for a couple days because it was really, really hard. And I didn't know how to handle it. I'm not very confrontational, which is funny because my ex-husbands and my current husband would probably disagree with you on that. But I really don't like to fight, and I don't know what to say. I'm incredibly sensitive. Like, my feelings get hurt pretty fast, right? So I needed to take a step back and figure out exactly about Trump winning. What was it about him winning that hurt me so much? And I was able to come back and say, you know what? It's not that Trump won, because we have presidents that we don't like, right? We have presidents that you're just like, oh my gosh, seriously? What are you trying to do? And the hope is that when his 4 years are over, that you might get something that's a little less them, whatever they stood for. And I knew Trump was going to win because in my heart, I feel that a lot of America is racist. And it's something that you can't talk about because I am the minority and I can't talk to white people about racism because they don't believe it exists. They say to me, it's not that bad, right? I mean, it's better, right? And when I say they, I can honestly say that. I've heard it from all the white people I talk to. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not as bad. Or when they do hear it's bad and they do believe you that it's bad, they think it's an isolated incident. But these are incidents that happen often, and it's hard and it's frustrating. And so what do? So I deleted people on Facebook that I didn't think could hear me. So there's a lot of family that voted for Trump that were very adamant about where they stood. So I was like, they can't hear anything. But there are the people that are here right now. And if you're watching this video and you voted for Trump, that means that you didn't vote for Trump because he's racist. You voted for him because you thought that he could give you hope, right? And so I'm telling you honestly that even though you voted for him for maybe not racist reasons or because he's a misogynistic asshole, you let me down and you hurt my feelings. And I don't know what to do about that. Like, I can't just get past it because over 30 million people decided that he was right. And yes, Hillary won the majority vote, whatever. But Trump won because either people didn't think a woman could do it or because they just didn't want her and they decided to vote for him. And people that voted for Trump won't just say they voted. They go, yeah, I voted for him, but I think he's going to do great. How can you be sorry and hopeful in the same sentence? Like, that's nuts, right? So racism is a real thing, and it hurts and it's frustrating, and I want you to hear some things because it's different to think about it or whatever, but I'm going to try to put it in a little bit of a different perspective for you. In 1776, these guys were like, look, King dude right here, he is freaking crazy. We can't do this anymore. We can't live with him. He wants to control our religion. He's taxing the hell out of us. He's not even using it for what he says he's going to use. He's like funding his own stuff. He's doing all kinds of things. I don't want to do this anymore. We're going to go. We're going to go over here and we're going to start our own country. And we are going to make that happen. I need everybody to be on board. And they all got together and they sat in a room and they said, okay, so what are we standing for? What are we going to do? How are we going to do this? Because we got to be serious. We got to come up with some real credibility, some real things, right? So all of this stuff is being discussed. Okay, we're going to break up into different, territories, and states, and we're going to do all this different stuff, right? I don't know all the logistics, okay? If I'm not using the right wording, it's because I'm angry, okay? Okay, so just go with that. So now, all of that's happening, and it comes down to it, and you're like, okay, so we got some slaves. What are we going to do with them? Well, they're not people. Not everybody said that. Well, they are people. No, they're not. They're slaves. They don't speak English. Like, they're uncivilized. They're like animals. No. They are people. They're humans. Yeah, but I know Bob and Fred and all these people. They're not going to sign this if we don't let them keep their slaves. Right? Okay. You know what? We'll let everybody keep their slaves, and we'll discuss it later. We'll figure it out later, okay? So right now, everybody keeps the slaves, but we got to get this signed. So 56 men signed this Declaration of Independence, and 41 of them had slaves, right? And so Washington, Jackson, right? Presidents, they had slaves, right? And when you own a slave, you want to make it yours, right? So we weren't tattooing people like, making them known like, Hitler wanted. So that's a whole different thing, right? But we still needed them to be ours. So let's see, my name is Washington, and these are my slaves. Okay, all your guys' names are Washington. And when you have children, they're my property too, so they're Washingtons. And when you children have children, they'll be Washingtons. So I own you for life. That's a real thing. You walk into a store, or you're at a convention, or you're at work, and you see a black person and their name is Jackson or Washington, they were owned. Their family was owned at some point. So no, it didn't just stop there. It didn't just end there, because the word nigger isn't being thrown around all willy-nilly like it used to, that you've heard of, right? I mean, why would you have to say nigger if you're with your family who are all white? You would have no reason to talk about it. That's the problem. Because racism, as hard as it is to believe, it was a thing, it happened, it's still happening, and it just showed itself again with the election. So if you know someone and you want to support them, do not tell them that you don't see color. Because when someone tells me that they don't see color, you're telling me that everything that I've gone through, being poor, living in Long Beach, California, living in gang areas, seeing the things that I saw, you're telling me that all those things that shaped and molded me to who I am today, to decide what's right and what's wrong, right? You're telling me that all of those things don't matter when you take away my color. So stop doing that. What you're saying when you say, I don't see color, is you're saying that difference makes me feel uncomfortable and I don't want to be different. Wouldn't it be easier if you were just the same? And no, I don't want to be. I don't want to be the same. I like being me. And as far as women are concerned, we need to gather together. We need to be together. We need to support one another. We need to stop fighting over men or what men have said. Not all men have said it, and if you haven't said it, then you shouldn't be upset. Then you're doing fine. But for the men who degrade women and just call them their bitches, their whatever, their property, if you think that you're owed something because you're married, if you think you deserve and you can have sex just because you married someone and she owes you because you're horny, and you can take it, that's violating her, and that's not respect. Calling a woman a bitch or telling her that she's crazy because she's angry is not respect. And we have to teach people that. We have to stop. right now. Last thing before I go, white privilege is a thing. You want to say that it's not? You want to say that I'm white and I've never gotten anything? I'm going to give you the simplest example, the easiest thing that I can tell you that you may not have ever thought of. But it's white privilege because it's focused and it's made for you. When I want to go to a store and purchase a bra, there are an array of colors. There's red, whites, blue, black, whatever. And there's the notorious color, nude. Now you would think nude would mean that it's your color, right? But no, nude refers to the closest tone that they can get to a white person. So, hold on a second. So if you are white, this is nude. This is a nude bra. And some may laugh it off and say, well, I'm not even this tone. Like, I mean, I'm not even that color white. This is No, that's just you being uncomfortable with the fact that this is nude, and nude has never been brown, right? Because I'm brown and I've never seen a nude bra. Now, if I do find a bra that's nude, right, I have to search on it and everything. It's a specialty item. If I want hair stuff, if I want to make my hair straight, right, and I want to make it shiny and I want to do whatever, the items that I use for my hair are considered specialty items, and they're in a little section at Walmart's and Target's and other places, because it's a specialty, because it's not white. When they make dyes for hair, even if you're making a dye for a person that has dark black hair, your hair is still not the same texture as my hair. So it's not going to dye the same way. I have to use something completely different, right? And for people to say that that is not a thing, those are the basics, the very basics of white privilege that are afforded to you. You have it. You don't have to worry about it. You know you can go somewhere and you can find something. We're not even going to get started on body types. We're not even going to talk about other things. We're just talking about this. So this is what I'm asking you. If you've made it through to the end of this video, let's do better. Let's work at it. Let's have conversations. Let's stop being scared. There is racism, there is white privilege, and there are minorities. If you're white, you're the majority, whether you want it or not. That's the thing. I'm black. My life is different. My life is structured different. Different things have happened to me. But I'm a woman. And I'm proud to be a woman. And if you want things to change, let's work on that. Let's figure that out. And if you're a man and you don't agree with any of this and you want things to change, work with us. Let's figure this out. I'm going to be in Seattle doing the Million Woman March in January on Inauguration Day. I am going to be out there. And yes, he won. And he is our president. I'm not going to go break out windows or anything like that, but I'm not going to sit back and let it just be the way it is. So I hope I have support. I hope I enlightened you, and you take care of yourself. Remember, I'm still me. I still like cat videos. I still watch way too much television. I still do lots of cooking, and I still love my granddaughter. That hasn't changed. But now you're learning a different part of me. And I hope you can accept it. Bye.